Hello there, and I hope this finds you well. So I go by the name James Bore, but for the purposes of driving the African agenda and decolonization, I dropped the name James and I adopted the name Jabil Obore. That is the name in the social media websites, right? I'm an ophthalmic clinician. I practice general ophthalmology. I correct vision using glasses and contact lenses. I'm a low vision specialist, so I handle a lot of patients with low vision and blindness in the society with regards to her rehabilitation and all that, right? I just realized that I have too much energy to be concentrated in one thing, that is ophthalmology. So, guys, friends, you'll allow me to, at this point, diversify a bit and touch into the issues, spread this energy into the issues that I think will be of great importance to us who are still living, right? And I am inviting you into this channel where I've decided to go a notch higher and just add more content apart from the issues that I've been tackling, issues to do with music, theology, a bit of theology there, and a bit of decolonization stuff. I'm adding this component of nutrition and wellness, right? Just to help us manage these non-communicable and lifestyle diseases or metabolic disorders, right? So, guys, work with me, and I've come up with an umbrella that will be our guide or that will be operating under, and it is called Farmers of Health. I'm inviting you to be a farmer in health, to be a farmer of health, where basically we'll be broadening our minds and opening up our minds to farm thoughts, to farm practices, to farm ideas that basically will lead to good health, that will lead to eradication of these lifestyle diseases. I've watched in disbelief at how the number of the population, the number of patients that are increasingly getting lifestyle disorders. You walk to a clinic, and out of 10 people you see, at least 7 are battling lifestyle diseases, right? So, if you are fighting or battling any lifestyle disease, or your relative, or your friend, or you want really to prevent yourself from getting into this lifestyle diseases, then I think you are in the right channel. You are in the right place so that we can share our ideas and best ways on how to deal with these metabolic disorders. So, under the Farmers of Health here, we are going to share our experiences. You'll allow me to some extent, or at certain point, I'll be moving away from the syllabus. That is what I was taught when I was in the medical school, and just share with you an experiential medicine that I've so far gathered or uh, gotten from the time I started practicing this wellness uh, uh, diet or issue, right? So I will be uploading videos for you depending on the topics that you want me to handle, and we will be discussing, we'll be having the discussions around everything else that is in between wellness and diet and medicine, right? But I refuse to continue being 100% syllabus doctor, right? I'm also here just to highlight and point out certain ills that have been ailing our health system, and also uh, demystify some of the myths and misconceptions that we've always had as a nation or as a people. And these things, we continue doing them, yet they're the things that are ailing our health system, and in turn giving us very bad health status. Before I conclude on this first video that I'm going to upload today, allow me to point out that if at all you are at home or wherever you are and you are battling lifestyle diseases, that is, you're battling hypertension, diabetes mellitus type 2, you're battling fatty liver, erectile dysfunction, overweight, obesity, you're battling estrogen dominance, I want to assure you that it's not yet too late. With a change of lifestyle, everything will be restored to normalcy. Allow me to not end this video before talking about sugar. If at all you're watching me and you fall in the category, or you don't fall in the category I've said, but you want to prevent yourself from getting those disorders, I want to advise you to stop or drop sugar from your diet. And don't get confused when I talk of sugar. When I talk of sugar, I mean sugar in all its forms, be it fruit sugar, be it sugar from the modern adulterated honey, be it sugar from processed juices and sodas that we've developed cravings for, be it sugar from energy drinks that I always insist have no energy in them at all apart from sugar, preservatives, and chemicals. Be it sugars from simple carbohydrates, that is ugali, rice, wheat, and all its derivatives, right? The simple carbs that once you eat, they are digested at a very fast rate. They cause an increase in your blood sugar levels, causing a spike in your insulin levels, okay? These are the kind of sugar that I'm talking about that I want you to drop. For far too long, we've been lied to, and nobody has ever pointed to us that sugar is this bad. But we've always been told on how salt is bad. I'm liberating you today to start consuming your salt, whether raw or cooked. There's no cooked or raw salt. Salt is salt, it is sodium chloride, and your body needs it. So salt is never the enemy. The enemy is sugar, right? And I'm stressing on this. I shall be tackling all the diseases and how sugar contributes to you developing these conditions. Your liver has no capacity to differentiate between crystal sugars and the sugars from the fruits. With it, sugar, it's sugar, and it goes through the metabolic pathway. And one of the products that we'll get once metabolism of sugar has taken place, or simple carbohydrates, we'll have triglycerides. These triglycerides are basically fats, and these are the fats that will be deposited in the belly and the organs, right? So that you start having pot belly, you start having hypertension because there's a lot of too much fat in your system. Now, when this fat is deposited into the liver, because sometimes the liver exhausts the storage, right? And now it starts storing these fats in itself. That's how you end up with a fatty liver, right? But all these are reversible, okay? And sugar is the number one enemy. It causes almost all the diseases. On the skin, you will have a skin rot, wrinkles, and very tight skin, right? In the brain, you'll have brain rot, what is otherwise known as dementia, brain dementia, right? Now, in the eyes, where that is now my specialty, you'll be bleeding inside your eyes, what is called diabetic retinopathy. And I've seen so many clients who go blind because of diabetic retinopathy. In the kidneys, right, it will cause kidney rot, what is called nephropathy, right? Then for your nerves, it will cause nerve rot, what is called neuropathy, right? Then on the joints, sugar causes a lot of inflammation and it will give you arthritis. On your bones, sugar will give you osteoporosis, right? Now, I just want us to know that sugar causes what is called an oxidative stress. to your cells, and this destroys the energy machinery of the cells, what is called the mitochondria, right? Now, it also causes distortion in the DNA, which starts then the mutation process. Now you understand mutation and cancer, right? Now, sugar also kills your immunity, right? Because it will block or delay the flow of immune cells towards the inflamed, infected areas or places where cancers are and all that, right? So, sugar, I've said, it's very inflammatory and it causes inflammation of your tissue cells or body tissues, right? Then sugar, together with a component called amino acid glutamine, are the two main sources of energy and fuel for cancer cells. Now, this component or this that I've mentioned, amino acid glutamine, it's very hard to avoid it because it's almost found in all the foods, but you can avoid sugar. So, I know we've developed cravings for sugar. We get it in almost all processed foods in the supermarket shelves. And we've developed an addiction towards this sugar. But it is the number one cause of all the diseases. If it is kidney failure, if it is the problems with the eyes, if it is hypertension, diabetes, obesity, rectal dysfunction, all these other metabolic disorders, sugar is the culprit. So I'm inviting us into this channel, and I'm promising us more educative videos and very interactive sessions that we'll have to tackle these lifestyle disorders. Otherwise, thank you and may God bless you.